All right, all right. Hello, hello. Welcome everyone back to yet another Thursday edition impromptu happy hour show. Yes, Unimax. Hello to you, Bob Lagai. Yes, happy Thursday. We're just doing it on Thursday because our schedules kind of aligned for today, better than tomorrow, and we're gonna, just throw around some topics. Motley and I were just chatting in Telegram and in the green room. It's like we're kind of all waiting on PulseChain at this point, but there's some things to talk about really quick, so we'll just get them out here. Lots of stuff happening in the community, so when we give some shout outs for that. And yeah, I mean, where to start? I mean, I guess just news wise, like as people fill in here, um, I guess first off, like that Hex crash over in Europe. I mean, that was just something to see that car after the fact. And is the driver doing okay now? I last I saw.
I think they're doing okay. I haven't gotten a follow up. I know Hexagon Girl's been posting and keeping everyone pretty up to date, but I know they got sent to the they got sent to the hospital, but I think for the most part they're saying like they're going to make a full recovery. Like I don't know what the extent of the injuries were, but that car looked terrible. It's amazing that they can wreck at those kind of speeds and still walk away from it. It's scary.
I think he had like a punctured lung. I think she posted. It was like fucked up, dude. Like he was pretty bad. Like he was in I think I want to say critical condition at one point, but he was, stable. But
okay, that's even worse.
I think it was like a fractured rib, and I could be wrong. Maybe I misread, but I'm pretty sure that that's what she was saying on there, or at least someone said that. I don't,
Yeah, Dan Smith, he'll be okay, bashed up, probably not back this season. He was airlifted to the hospital. So, yeah, I did see that, I believe. And, yeah, he was stable as last. Yeah, cracked ribs, broken pelvis. Wow. Whew. So, I mean.
Jacked up.
Yep. I mean, that's part of the game in auto racing, but you hate to see it, too. And, the performance
Lucky to be alive.
Has been, performance out of those cars has been really good this season. That's cool. Like, see those guys, and teams, girls doing what they're doing over there. It's just
they've been killing it. I think they've been finishing like top 3 or winning their heat like every time. So like they're in the top 3. They podium every time I've seen them go out and race. So they've been doing a great job.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Outstanding. And while we're just talking like community news here real quick, shout out to God founder, Richard with what his mom's going through, all the positive vibes. I'm a man of faith, so prayer
absolutely.
Up. And I know Freddie, put together
a
little prayer warrior chain out there. So yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah, dude, it's crazy. So I think Toby had posted something about how his mom has a direct line to the big guy upstairs, and as soon as I read that, like I could instantly relate, man. My mom and my Aunt Molly specifically, she's one of my spiritual guides, man. She's awesome, but they both have direct lines to the big guy too, man. So pretty much, everything that they pray for is awesome. My uncle, my Aunt Molly's husband, my Uncle Brian, was in a plane crash last year. Like he had a friend who had passed away from COVID, and his wife needed them to transport their plane to a different airfield because it wasn't selling at the one that it was at. And they were, I want to say 250 or 300 feet up. It was a 2-person plane. His best friend was in the front. He was in the back seat, and they wrecked the plane. There was something wrong with the plane. They got it up, and it just wasn't good. Unfortunately, the guy in the front passed away, but my uncle survived. Thank God. Wow. But yeah, man, my Aunt Molly's got some powerful prayers. She's a saint, just waiting to be canonized.
And I think Richard mentioned that she's up in South Carolina too. So like if you know anyone in the medical field or in that area, or anyone that would have any idea of treatment or anything like that, probably reach out to him. I'm sure I think he said his DMs are open. So
there were some people who made some really cool suggestions who had been through the exact same thing recently, and they said, hey, look, this is what worked. I wish I would have known about this sooner. So hopefully they're getting there.
Do you remember what some of them were? I'm curious.
Some procedures that I had never heard of. But just like just medical terms. I was way over my head.
Better. So yeah, the earlier you catch it, the better the odds too. So,
oh yeah,
hopefully, we're on that side of things there. Right. So that's like some community news. Welcome everybody coming in chat here. Torin, Finbear, all the familiar faces. Yeah, Thursday happy hour. Just a quick catch up because as we were joking to start the show, kind of like hurry up and waiting on the old PulseChain, but there's still plenty happening in the crypto verse. So how about Motley, SOLOL? I mean, it just keeps happening, and people still keep defending it and putting money into it. Like the price wasn't really affected at all immediately, and it's just like, come on! Like I eventually all this to me leads back to Eyes on Hex being a superior product. So if you want to accept it or not, Celsius, okay, we're here. SOLOL, we're here. We're going to be here still. PulseChain more so than for SOLOL. But any takes on this? Because it is just like one debacle after another.
Yeah, it's tough because this one, I would argue, at least people were trying to do the right thing, because I believe, if I've read this correctly, the compromise was in some of the wallets that were used for Solana. So like it wasn't even necessarily people's fault. So it was a compromise in the wallet. I guess when you initiated, the private keys were stored somewhere or something. Someone was able to get access. So insert Papa B's plug for a hardware wallet in this scenario, but still it was people that had non-custodial wallets and thought they were safe, had possession of their crypto, and all of a sudden the funds just got started getting drained. So like I feel for those people, because imagine us, right? Imagine it was a MetaMask exploit. Imagine that MetaMask had some sort of bug like that, and all of a sudden all your funds just start getting drained, and you don't know what you did. You didn't put any permissions in, and all your money's just gone. So like I feel for those guys. It's a tough situation, and a lot of them thought they were doing it correctly, and then it turns out it was a compromised, I believe it was a compromised wallet or a couple of wallets on the ecosystem.
Yeah, and you brought up something interesting there. So I've thought about this like from time to time, and like as you said, it demonstrates the importance of having a hardware wallet, because in a sense, it's like another safe within the safe, right?
It's air gapped.
Yeah. So, just in your opinion, is there any chance, and that is all wild speculation, but like something like this could happen to MetaMask? And I say this because there's like a capped list of words, and I know putting them in order and all of that is highly unlikely, the percentages, but what's to say like some supercomputer like 5 years from now plugs into this and just puts in 12-word seed phrases at random and just keeps going and going and going until it gets one. And
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe like fear the meteor, or it's just another excuse, I think, to at least have a treasure or something like that.
Well, I feel like you always have these outpacing of like attack and defense when it comes to this stuff, as far as security and cryptographic, and it always seems like it's always a step ahead. Like I think the issue, even with quantum computing, like the amount of energy and resources that goes into it, it's not worth it to go through Joe Schmo's wallet and pick out $1 million, $2 million. It's just not feasible. I think there's only like a few of those computers around the world, and they're usually government ran, and who knows what they're used for. But as far as like MetaMask in general, I don't think so. And this is like another reason why I think like these EVM chains seem to just be like, this is where you want to stick with, is like Ethereum and stuff that's been forked off Ethereum. You start doing this like Solana, and then like someone's created these wallets, and like everyone's like copy and paste this code, and next thing you know, like there's an issue with the wallet itself, and now everyone's hacked. And then again, the hardware wallet could have even saved you from there, because your private keys would have been generated off that whatever wallet they were using, and then you wouldn't have been hacked. So again, hardware wallet, there's Papa B's plug. Definitely pick one up. It's just not worth it. Don't trust somebody else's software programming.
Is there any recourse for people who do have crypto take? Like if MetaMask were to be hacked, or does anyone have any recourse against MetaMask?
I don't think so, bro.
That's
just like, man. It's just like everything else in crypto, right? Like who are you gonna go to? Like, government, please sue MetaMask and then make them give me my money back. That's gone. Right. Like, what do you do? That doesn't make it. I don't know. You're just SOL.
It's
No
tough.
pun intended.
Pun intended.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is important. I've spoken on this before. It's like if you do have the ability, if like you made native stakes on MetaMask, if those stakes expire and come up, it's not the worst idea. I think it's a great idea to maybe get a Trezor if you don't already have one, and do those stakes and move that crypto to a hardware wallet, because you never know, man. It's just like an added layer of security. And I know people might think it's a pain, but is it that much of a pain if it costs you your whole stack or a bunch of stakes or something like that? I think it's something that you want to seriously consider. I had some native stakes, and I've moved a lot of them to a hardware wallet, the ones that I have expired over the years. So
Briz pointed out the wallets with the compromise are Slope and Phantom wallets.
Yeah, I did see the fan. I didn't know it was Slope though. Okay.
Well, a lot of them, like it's I forgot what someone was saying, but like these developers, they go to GitLab, right, and they just copy and paste this code. Like, oh, you already had this amount of code written for this wallet. I'll just copy and paste that over here. So someone probably just used that from the Phantom wallet with, I guess, the Slope wallet, and that's how you get all these, not just this wallet, but this wallet, this wallet, this wallet. It's it's a tough lesson to learn, unfortunately.
Yeah, Hex Monkey, if you use a hardware wallet with MetaMask as a front end, even a MetaMask exploit couldn't get your keys. Exactly.
Yeah. And it would have been the same thing on Solana too. If they had hardware wallets, they would have been okay.
Yeah, and there are multiple ways. Even there are multiple layers within, say, something like a Trezor. I think K4K has an excellent video on it. You can do a pin to just get even in your Trezor, and then you have
secret phrase.
A secret phrase wallet and things like that. I mean, there's just layers upon layers. So it's
Schmears,
really cool
sharing, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Marco.
Marco.
I love
Marco.
Good dude. He's making some really cool stuff as giveaways for the golf tournament. I don't know if he's announced or said anything about it yet, but I won't say what it is, but it's super cool, man. I hope I win.
Dude, he's talented, and like it's funny because like we have the same we like the same stuff. So like he's doing, if you guys don't know, he's doing leatherworking. He's got himself like a little laser engraver, 3D printer, like all those little hobbies and stuff. And so like, and this is what we recommend to people too. If like the bear market stressing you out, like go preoccupy yourself, go make more money, buy into this bear market, go pick up a hobby, something to take up your time where you're not stressing and looking at charts 24/7. And Marco's the epitome of that. He's I think he's picked up like 3 or 4 different hobbies now. He makes really cool stuff.
Are you into leatherworking, Motley?
I like it. I've never done it, but like I love it. I could sit there and watch the videos, and I want to do it right now. I just don't have the space.
Yeah,
but soon,
I didn't realize how expensive it was. I saw this thing. It popped up on Pinterest. We have this pot or this plant upstairs, and it's in this pot. And I wanted to hang it. When we bought the house, there were a couple of places in the corners of the house where like they left hangers or whatever. So I was like, okay, well, it's just a couple straps and like some whatever they call them. They're like thumbtacks or whatever that you put through it to hold it, and then some rings. And I went to rivets. There you go. Yeah. I went to the leather store when we were out in Colorado earlier this year, and this piece of leather was like $800. And I was like, good Lord, I am not paying $800 for a plant hanger in my house, man. That stuff gets pricey, man, but like really good quality leather.
Yeah.
Makes a huge difference in whatever it is you're making.
It depends. Yeah. There's multiple tiers of leather. Like you can have very basic stuff to just, like you said, 800, thousands of dollars, different animal hides. The more exotic you get, it can get pretty wild, because like I personally like to use it for like, since I like watches different straps and like, so I know a really cool leather maker in Vietnam. So like he can actually do it pretty cheaply, but he does all kinds of cool stuff with alligator, ostrich, beaver, carp, cow, python, like anything you can think of. Like he can make like a leather version out of it. It's pretty wild. Cool stuff.
Have you ever had any custom wristbands made for your watches?
Oh yeah. Like
that's sick.
10 or so. Yeah.
Holy
I can probably grab some. I'll look for some real quick. I'll be right back.
That's pretty dope.
I think no, I didn't bring him with him. Never mind. I left him in Florida.
Have you had a hex one done?
Huh? No, I haven't.
Have you had a hex one made?
I I haven't done any Hex ones because I sold most of my watches when I was buying Hex over the past couple of years. So I'm only down to like one watch now, and the Hex Toys watch from Psy. Yeah,
the Hex Toys watch, man.
I'm about to go grab it so I can match up.
What number did you get?
Just 86. I got some random number. I tried to get 8 on all of Psy's stuff, but I just guess I didn't get it this time. But hopefully he's gonna hook me up on the PulseChain one with the good number. We'll see.
Oh yeah,
fingers crossed.
69.
I think someone posted that they had 69. Super Hex. I think Super Hex has number 69.
I believe.
Was it him?
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. And someone had 75. I forget who that was. That Marco? Maybe Marco had 75.
No, Marco's got 6.
Oh, is that number 6? Okay.
Yeah.
Who the hell was I talking to? I'd like to have a dope leather strap made for this thing, man. I love this Tiffany blue band though, and the band is super thick and it's got like a matte coating on it. This is I was very pleasantly surprised when this came in the mail at the quality of it, and honestly,
the thing is huge.
It is huge.
I got mine like within back from vacation. It was waiting for me, and I was like, yeah, the thing is badass.
Speaking of quality, I kind of want to talk about this because it's funny, right? We have, God damn it, Sai. It's funny. I get it though too, right? Because Sai puts a lot of time and work in this community, and he's great. But it's funny because if you guys saw on Twitter, he was like picking a fight with Nico, who's like the largest watch YouTuber.
Guy. Yeah,
loves Richard, loves Hexikids, has multiple Hexikid customers, and if you know Nico, like he hates like cheap watches or anything like that. And look, like the quality is good. It's metal, great straps, everything like that. But it is probably coming from China. It is what it is. But it's like it doesn't matter, right? That's not what the watch like symbolizes to us. Like it's good moving watch, good material. It's got heft. But Nico's like, that watch is bullocks, like it's shit. And then Sai's like, fuck you. Like he's like, bro,
it's
like
a cool watch though.
It's
much better quality than
awesome
I thought
watch.
It would be.
And that's what I was trying to tell Sai. I was like, bro, like these watches are like Nico has this running joke that like Casios are like god tier watches, but if anyone knows watches, Casios are they're indestructible, but they're cheaper watches. I was like, these are like our Hexagon Casios, right? Like they're not Rolexes or APs, but like they mean a lot to us because of just the product they represent. So I was trying to like calm him down, but like he just wants to duke it out with Nico. I was like, could you not go after like one of the most popular Hex YouTubers that loves us right now? I was like, leave him be. But no, I thought that was pretty funny.
Archie Casio Pleb watch.
I will put mine on the rocket.
Let's see.
What was Freddie talking about? 75? Is 75 your favorite number, Freddie? It's like a random. That was like a random number.
Marco might have gotten 75, I think.
Okay.
I didn't want to grab this one comment real quick in between. Where is it? Texter. Why not Fridays anymore? We've been doing mostly Fridays. Just the past couple of weeks have not been Fridays. Mainly, it's just travel schedule for the summer. So, I've been in Florida, and Motley's had a lot of visitors where he is, and it's just whenever we can do it, I try to get a show out for you guys, just to have a weekly kind of chat, especially during the summer. In studio, it's obviously a lot easier. I can do things like trivia and stuff like that, and do more prepared stuff. But we're Freddie and I are kind of in the same area this week. We're gonna I'll have him pump that cool little Hexagon event later. But yes, 720 win fishing. So there you go.
Win.
Is my mic on? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, you're good.
Sorry, I had to run upstairs and grab some beer.
Well, what kind of beer did you grab? I have a beautiful Natterday from Natural Light.
Is that the pink lemonade one?
Yeah.
Is
that like seltzer water? What is that?
It's like a very light beach beer kind of thing. I mean, it's like 90 freaking degrees.
It's like a light beer, but it tastes like it's got pink lemonade in it.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I just like cringe when I hear like Natty Ice. Just makes me think of like the old poor college days.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go out and get some good stuff later tonight. Don't you worry. But yeah, coming off the beach is like, this is refreshing enough. So, what you got there, Motley?
Just the monster again, but it's got it's got the little Wall Street bets of Hex, PulseChain, and Staker app on it.
Have you guys had the PBR hard coffee? Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, I have not.
I love PBR too. I haven't heard about that.
Dude, it's amazing. It's like 5.5%, 5%, and it comes in a can, and they sell them in 4-packs. It's awesome.
You said coffee flavored?
It's PBR hard coffee.
So has it got caffeine into it as well?
Yep. And then
we got like a making of a Four Loko.
Yeah, they come in the tall, skinny cans, like a seltzer or whatever. But
I'll have to check it out.
Red Squirrel, my jam, rum and coke. That's right. May or may not have had a couple of those earlier today, and for the next 10, says we're at the beach for a while.
If you've never partied with Cabana, you just better be ready to take fireball shots.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Oh,
that's good. I think Fireball. I think Fireball goes down pretty smooth for me personally.
Yeah,
it depends upon. Yeah,
Freddie's like, no.
Well, it does, but when you have a bad night on it, you're like, man, no more Fireball. It just hits you so hard.
This comment from Optimus Prime 369, love the name, by the way. So are they really still filming the Highest of Stakes, or are they like just showing, like, I thought like they're kind of like showing close to the final cut with Richard over in Europe. Is that right?
I mean, they're still filming out there. So
they are? So, yeah. All right. Yep. No PulseChain then.
Will it make it in the documentary? I don't know, but they are filming out there.
Okay. Well, if they're still filming, then yeah, no PulseChain.
You don't get Richard on a yacht and then put him up in a French castle with a bunch of chicks and not get footage of it.
Film it.
Yeah, yeah, like they're not gonna just
even
let
if
that
they
one
use, a 3-second clip of it in the movie.
Right, which might be the case, which is how a lot of this stuff works. Is like see all this grandiose stuff, and you might get like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, a minute clip out of it if you're lucky.
So I have not heard of this PBR coffee, but
me neither.
He said it's outstanding. So I'm very, very curious of it.
PBR was always my cheap beer. That was my cheap beer to go to. That
is good. Bacardi Le Monde is good. 720. I don't know what you're talking about. What this question is in reference to? It may have been Fireball though. So yeah.
Fireball.
Great.
It was definitely Fireball.
I don't
Freddie's like, I remember
it. Dude. So before you even leave the hotel or whatever, dude, literally every hotel we were in before we could go out to like the game or to get food or whatever, Cabana's like, all right, Fireball, let's go. And you pull out 2 more Fireballs and it's like boom, boom, boom.
I really don't know what you're talking about.
Dude, yeah, I don't drink like that anymore. That was like the old like college and Navy days.
It's a couple shots. It's not like
those days are behind me. I remember
they're even fewer and farther in between.
We pulled into California when we were coming from Japan, and we'd been out at sea longer than we'd ever been for like, I think it was like almost 60 days. It was like 2 months straight before we pulled anywhere. And one of my buddies, his family lives in Cali. We're in San Diego, and they brought 3 bottles of Fireball, and then we all just were like sitting in his like backyard, just passing around like a fire, just drinking. We smashed all 3 bottles within like an hour or two. There's maybe like 6 of us, and we were hammered. my buddy ended up accidentally going into my friend's dad's room, puked on him, literally puked on my buddy's dad. Then another one of my friends disappeared, and we had to go to work the next day. He disappeared. So we're like, whatever happened to him? Turns out some reason he went and slept in the car, and like he pulls up at like 4 or 5 in the morning and just like, get in, bitches. And I was like, bro, he was more drunk than anyone. It's like we went like, this is bad, kids, don't do this. But we went like a mile or 2. We're like, wait a minute, you should not be behind the wheel. It's like trade out with one of us like more sober people. But it was a bad night. It was 3 balls of Fireball that just got smashed. Good times.
Yeah, the one bad night I had on Fireball, my buddy Rocco and my buddy Adam we're like, yo, let's go out to Manassas and go downtown and just, drink. My buddy, Adam's boy was a bartender. I forget what bar it was in Manassas, but it was like right in downtown, like Old Town. Dude, we're going there tomorrow night. They have this thing called First Fridays now, where you can walk around with open containers to all the different bars as long as you're like cool. In that 5 or 10 block radius, whatever. Mm-hmm. So, we went out there last time, and dude, we were there for an hour and a half. I'm not lying. It was right after work on a Friday night, and the last thing I remember is leaving there, and we paper, rock, scissors to see who would drive. I lost, thank God, because he had to pull over halfway to getting back here to Woodbridge. We went to Electric Palm after I got sick on the side of Prince William County Parkway. The next thing I remember was waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning in my Jeep with the top down in my passenger seat, getting rain poured on me, and my girlfriend at the time, like knocking on the window, trying to wake me up. Like, yo, what's going on? I came to, like, I looked down and my floor mats were floating in the bottom of my Jeep. I was like, oh my God, like pouring down rain. And the only other time I've really touched Fireball since then was with Cabana.
Alcohol is bad, kids. Like RH Max says, just drink coffee. Get addicted to caffeine instead.
Yeah, the PBR coffee, yeah, it's super good. Oh, there it is.
That's a good looking can too. I like that. I wouldn't mind.
They had it at one of the piers down in the Outer Banks when we were down there. So we would go there to pregame, have a couple of those, as we were getting warmed up for the night or whatever, and then go out.
I doubt they had those in Puerto Rico. I have to wait until mainland.
Dude, so there's a place on the website. I just had it. Let's see here. You can have it delivered. Like, I don't know how much it would be for Puerto Rico or whatever.
Hot spoiled beer delivered to Puerto Rico.
Delivered.
I don't think I want that. Come over in like a shipping container.
I don't blame you.
Oh, man. Yeah. Shipping container. I mean, you're at the mercy of everyone, all the middlemen at that point. So best of luck. What else we got on the list? I mean, we're kind of cruising through, halfway through, going about an hour tonight. Just traditional markets. Just want to note this. To me, like S&P, like 4,200, we're kind of approaching that. We're kind of like running into that resistance. So we could see some crypto resistance as well. Will we get to Bitcoin 11,000? Who knows? But just something to keep an eye on, because crypto markets usually do follow traditional. Any thoughts out there on just general economy matters that you're seeing? Do you think, just about your daily life, are you feeling bullish, bearish, seeing anything that alarms you, or is it just kind of like, hey, could we talk ourselves into a deeper recession because people are so on guard about it because the flow of information is so much more prevalent nowadays as opposed to previous ones?
But are people listening? That's the question. Are we the majority or the minority that's paying attention? Who watches the news though, Cabana? not many people.
Well,
not many.
Not many.
A lot of people, sadly, that are misinformed, I would argue.
And those that do watch the news, who of them understand what to believe from it, or at least,
think for
how
themselves.
To take what they're telling you. Exactly.
But I think that actually emboldens my point, because if they don't know what to believe and they're just told something, then it kind of reinforces, or it's like a self-reinforcing kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay, well, the news said it, so I'm not going to do my own research on it, so it must be bad.
Yeah. That's my grandmother. God bless her. We go every Tuesday and have dinner with her, man. And half the things that she says when we're over there, I'm like, where'd you hear that? And she was like, Channel 7. And I'm like, oh, Lord. 7 on your side. I'm like, come on, Grandma.
She's keeping them in business. All right?
Dude, oh, it's so bad. I'm like,
7 on my side.
I was like, I wish you knew how to use the internet, Graham.
Yeah.
Do some research.
It's interesting. I don't know. It's weird. I've noticed at least a lot of the influencers, right, that we have in this space. A lot of them are like throwing out their tweets about the bottom calls, like, oh, the bottom's in, and like there's one too many of those I'm starting to see. And I don't know. It always seems like the herd is wrong. So like I want to go against the herd, and then But I've also seen Richard, which is kind of uncharacteristic of him. It kind of like I've seen him in a few of his interviews walk back his call a little bit, just talking about the strength of the dollar. We've just never been in this situation before, and all these other externalities. So I've seen him kind of like preface his bottom call of 11K and kind of walk it back a little bit. So we could be closer to a bottom than what we think. It just might not be that 11K that we're kind of hoping for, but I don't know. It feels too easy. It feels too easy.
Yeah.
So
I found myself like thinking about this earlier this week, and I respect Richard and his calls so much. Like going into this bear market, like the 20K was my bottom signal. Like that was like the top of the last run. So that to me was like the natural thing. So I just listening, kind of like being in the Hex echo chamber, I kind of like talk myself into 11 to 15. We could still very well get there. I'm not saying we can't, but at the same time it's just like, man, what if I missed the 20 on that? Not that I care, because I'm not really big in the Bitcoin anymore like I was, but
because it would affect Hex too, right? Like, so you might get a better entry. So that's kind of why we're still wondering if we get that low. And it's I don't know. It's interesting because, like you said, we put so much value in Richard's calls, and like I don't want that to become like too much of a like blinding factor for me, whether or not the bottom's in. But then it's hard to discredit the man that hasn't really missed his calls yet. So like until he gives me until we see evidence otherwise of him missing a call, like he's made very few calls, and so far they've been about as spot on as you could ever hope for. So it's hard to like discredit his calls until he misses. I don't think he's really missed at this point.
Didn't he update his prediction on that 10K and pray? Because MicroStrategies
like
probably announced their dumping.
He raised it to 11K because technically you had what he called the Judas candle a little bit later.
69.
Yeah, so he just raised it up a little bit. It's like 11K or 10K and change, but you just rounded it to 11K.
How big of an effect is Mt. Gox going to have?
If it happens, though, right? And this is
that's been happening for like 2 years, so we just don't know.
Yep.
Like if that happens, then I think like like the 11K could very well happen. But it's like we've been hearing about it, I feel, for like years now. And it's like
Tendies and I were having this conversation the other day and brought up like a good point. Like we're getting so close to the time frame where they're supposed to be getting ready to release the coins. Like we would have probably heard more in like the news media and sources like talking about like the token allocation, the distribution, all that stuff. But like we're not hearing that anywhere. So unless it's being like held under wraps or no one's being notified, there's a good chance it just doesn't happen this year again, because it was supposed to happen last year too. Like this Mt. Gox coins release is supposed to have been for a while now. So
yeah,
we'll see. At this point, I think we're so close to the time frame that it might just be another nothing burger. We'll have to wait.
When it does, sorry.
Speaking of nothing burgers, Hexy Bastard. Just kidding.
Straight from the pub. Great enjoying his own late night happy hour.
Sorry guys, I had an important meeting at the pub. So
cool. So you're here 100% prepared then?
Oh yeah, 100% prepared.
That's awesome.
I just actually on the way home I picked myself up a nice bottle of whiskey. So
nice.
Cool. I'm gonna carry on.
You're gonna have whiskey PP. I get it. All right.
My PP is gonna empty my whiskey later.
I swear to God, I thought he was gonna hold up a can of the PBR hard coffee. I was like, holy shit. He was like, look what I got.
The UK? Like, no way.
Nah, mate. Nah, it's a bit late for coffee now. I need something that's gonna put me to sleep later. I had a can of Red Bull the other day at like 6 p.m. and I tell you what, I just could not fucking sleep. Like it got to like 4 a.m. and I was still just wired. Like
that's tough.
I couldn't even close my eyes. It was painful to close my eyes. So yeah. What's up, Chrissy? What you guys talking about this evening anyway?
Now we're talking about whiskey peepees. So throw it out to ladies in the chat, because depending upon your preference, it's a good thing or a bad thing. But anyway, man, we're just talking about like the Mt. Gox coins, and any take on that before we get to
the Mt. Gox thing? So obviously, I'm out the loop, man. I'm just fully out the loop with like whatever is happening with crypto. But like the Mt. Gox thing always tied in nicely with where I thought the bottom might end up being anyway, which is around September, October time. So yeah, great. Dump it. Fucking dump it, guys.
Dump it. It has been decreed by Hexy Bastard. So
I was saying that Hex can't moon until Tangent stops calling last chance to buy 5-cent Hex. Like,
was he actually serious for a while? Because I thought he was, and I was like, dude, no, it's not. Like, we're not going to clear 5 cents for a while. Like, it's like kind of like an intermediate double top kind of thing.
It's funny because I thought he was serious, but it's a meme he started like a while back. Well, like, I thought he was serious too, and then I think
he was serious.
Well, I followed it back enough where he's like, this is a meme, but like it's now like 10, 12 times now. So it's just like, if you go back and follow his tweets, it's pretty funny because he just links his previous tweet. Yeah. But yeah, until he stops calling for last chance to buy 5 cents, we can't moon. So it's on Tangent, guys.
There you go.
Go give him a hard
green
time.
Screen's right fucking up today. Sorry, guys. Production quality is not quite there. I don't know what's
so
going on.
ETF, bro.
You need more light, sir. You need more light.
I've got three. I've got three.
You need more light in that one corner.
Yeah, that one corner, bro. It's not getting enough light. Sorry.
What's going on, man?
Yeah.
Get you a little lamp or something.
That's fixed it. There we go. Yeah, sound. It's too far away.
We know what we're doing.
He got the shade off.
Light here. Look at my green screen.
Your
green screen is absolutely fantastic, Cabana.
Thank you, sir.
It looks awesome. Also, I love your hat. That's a really, really nice hat.
First time seeing it?
I mean, I've seen it many times, but I just wanted to point out
on this
one occasion. I only really have the one hat now. This is the best one looking on stream. I've got like 4 of these, but I always pick this one. I need to get more.
Are they different colors, slight variations, or the same thing?
Yeah. I've got one that's got like it's like green on the top, but you don't see the top. You just see the sort of like the fluffy bits, you know. And the fluffy bits are brown, but like the black just looks better. Looks like my head's just in the space at the minute. So
I like
love themselves some fluffy bits. I'll tell you that.
I like how no one recognized you at the Hex 2-year anniversary party when you didn't have your hat or glasses on.
Yeah, nobody. I
did, but you were too screwed. You were too messed up at the point to even remember. So,
bro, I was. Yeah, I was.
You came up to me. You came up to me drunk as hell, and you're like, "Do you know who I am?" It's like, "Yeah, you're Hexy Bastard." Like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like, I was like, "Yeah, what are you talking about?" It's like no one recognizes me without the hat and glasses. Like, yeah, I can tell, bro. You're taller than I thought, but I'm short.
Thanks,
so.
man. A lot of people said that to me. I don't even feel like I'm only 6 foot tall. Well, I say only, but you know, I'm 6 foot tall.
That's you're only like, 6 foot. Okay. Well.
Yeah. But everyone at that event. I mean, I was wearing some big ass boots that night.
Yeah, you must have been wearing some heels that night.
Yeah, I had heels on. Yeah, 100%.
Was everyone super tall?
No, everyone was super short.
Super short, bro.
Yeah, a lot of like. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say, man. I'm being.
And we segue. So, yes, Hexagon from Hexaco PulseCon coming soon. So that's a perfect segue for some Hex events that we can chat about real quick.
Hell yeah.
So, first off, I know Caitlin Black Hexagon, they're doing some donations for balls. So, if you're into PP, you might
what
be
kind
into
of
balls as well. Ball washing services. So they're for the actual golf balls in Vegas. So I think it's to get the Hex logo, like branding. The branding of the balls. It sounds kind of painful, but
branding of the balls.
Yeah. Okay. So branded balls in Vegas for the tournament. So kind of be like a long-lasting kind of ball, really, because if it gets shot off into the woods or something, or sand traps or wherever it's not found, somebody else comes and picks it up, sees the Hex logo on it, be like a pretty cool kind of thing, maybe get them curious or whatever. But they're trying to order a bunch, like I think it's like 1, 2, 3,000, I don't even know anymore. So hit her up if you want to contribute there. I think they're close to their goal. They're trying to get over the hill there with that. So that is what's going on there. Hex Siren, we will wash your balls. There you go. Are you going to be in Vegas? I thought you were like across the pond or something. So yeah, good for you if you were part of that wonderful team.
I think Hex Siren's American. Could be wrong.
No, she is. All right. See, I don't know, because I see posts at 3 a.m. or something. So I was like,
some of us don't sleep, Cabana. All right. Some of us have issues sleeping.
Is there anyone in the chat right now who's golfing?
Is there anyone in chat that's what?
That's gonna golf in the golf tournament in Vegas?
Oh, I would be golfing if I was going for sure.
Do you golf, Motley?
Yeah, I mean, I used to. Like,
yeah,
I was always pretty decent, but like I couldn't be. It's like the consistency thing, right? Like sometimes I just slice the hell out of it.
Yep,
that's what
so annoying.
Yeah,
I have a set of clubs, but if I played a little bit more, then
I mean, I could smack it a couple 100 yards, no problem every time. Can I make it go straight? It depends.
So you would you say you played military golf? Left, right.
Yeah, more or less.
Sorry, dad joke.
I was like, I don't get it, but yeah, no, joke. I might be playing in like a different like fairway or something every now.
Right, yeah, me too. I'm the same way. And like a lot of people didn't sign up. They were like, man, I don't want to play. I don't know how to play, but like it's
just have a
the
good
tournament
time.
Style that we're doing exactly like you said. You just go out there,
best shot or something like
best
that.
Ball. Yep.
Aim for the highest score.
Oh, Hines, that's what's up, man. Good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, Hines will be there, so it's cool. So,
thank you.
Well,
Elliot.
we got that event. And,
there's one event going on. Sorry, I don't know who I interrupted. There's one event going on.
We're doing an event segment right now.
Yeah. This Saturday in London. Join the Hex UK group if you're interested in coming. It's t.me/hex_UK. And pin message in there. We're doing a meetup at 4 p.m. in London this Saturday. Awesome. And I shall be in attendance.
Very cool.
Be nice to see you guys there.
Do you get pretty big turnouts over there?
PP celebrity.
Oh yeah.
Dude, they got a big
we
there in UK.
We got a wicked community out here, man. There's a lot of us. Yeah.
Second largest to the US, I'm sure, pretty easily.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of us out here, man. I think there's about 900 people in the Telegram group, but I know that there's more than that are actually here because we get people coming to the events that aren't even in the Telegram group. So I don't even know how they hear about it. Maybe Twitter, I guess. But like, yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Got another golfer in the chat, Crypto PBD. Awesome. So he's golfing. There you go.
Nice.
And while we close out the event segment, there's something rather fun and interesting going on next week. Freddie Quotes. What happens to be going on in the world of Hexagon fishery?
Next weekend, or actually this weekend. This upcoming week in Ocean City, there's a bunch of Hexagons who are coming together and pitching in, and we're all going to fish in the White Marlin Open. It is the largest sailfish fishing tournament, marlin tournament in the world. Michael Jordan fishes in it every year. It's super cool. Let's see here. Last year, there was a total prize pool of like $9 million. First place took like $6.5 million, but they didn't buy into the top like category. So they only got, I think it was like $3 or $4.5 million.
You should tell them the story about how they won, because it was pretty much crazy. A movie with how it started off, because it looked like they had no shot and almost didn't continue. You should tell them the story of it.
So like a year ago, I hit up a couple guys and I'm like, hey, do you guys want to go deep sea fishing? It was Nardo, Motley, Big K, my buddy Max, and then my wife's cousin Amber. And they were like, yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, we're going to be in Ocean City. We'll book a trip. Let me just go online and see if I can find a boat or a captain, whatever. So I went online and found this guy. His name was James. And he's a captain. He has his own boat, but he also is a first mate for a couple of different captains in Ocean City. And they're like older guys. One of them, his name is Sylvain Cote. He was a defenseman in the NHL for 19 years, played for the Washington Capitals for 10 years.
Badass.
Well, I get a whole
funny story, if I can just interject.
Yeah.
I have a picture with him when I was 14 years old at Washington Capitals hockey camp. So
that's cool.
On the back of the boat after we got in the port, I was like, you're not going to believe this, but I was like, hey, you still play hockey? He was like, oh, yeah, I still play, when I can or whatever. I was like, I have a picture with you, a 14-year-old Cabana. And
just
I'm sitting next to this.
Make him feel old.
Star. Oh, man, he thought it was like the coolest thing because we both still play. And it was just awesome. Like the captain of our boat is like a former NHL star defenseman. So, yeah. Breakup.
No. It was super cool, man. So, like, I called this guy James, and he was going to be our first mate. And he was like, okay, well, there's two different boats that I work with up here in Ocean City. One is the Sushi. The other is the Espadon. And I was like, it doesn't matter, whichever one. Like, he was like, all right, because I can book either of them. No one has a trip that day. This is like a month before we were supposed to go up for Jeep Week at the end of August. So I was like, well, let's just do the Espadon. Turns out the owner of the Espadon and the captain of the boat is the former NHL hockey player. And so I'm supposed to call him a week later to put a deposit down. So I called him on Monday, which was the start of the White Marlin Open last year. So I was calling him. He was like, yeah, if I don't answer, we're going to be out fishing. Just leave the information on my voicemail and then I'll, charge card, whatever. I was like, cool. So I call him middle of the day and he answered his phone and I was like, bro, shouldn't you be fishing right now? And he was like, man, it's crazy. It's the first day of the White Marlin Open, blah, 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 blah. We're driving out. It's like 5:30 in the morning and our boat hit something. It's so dark we didn't even see what it was. It was like a big log or something and it broke part of the boat off. We had to like
come a shaft seal or something.
Yeah,
like,
something
it was bad.
crazy.
Yeah, crippling.
So literally that day they had to get the boat back to the marina. They got to the marina. Someone drove 3.5 hours to pick the part up that they needed and then drove 3.5 hours back, and they were welding it on the boat that they had to take to a different part of Maryland to have it welded on so they could fish the rest of the week, right? So I call him. He's like telling me the story, and I'm like, holy shit. I said, bro, you guys are going to now win the White Marlin Open. Like, I know it. This is what like movies are made of. This is like exactly how this shit goes down. You face all this adversity up front. You do whatever it takes to get through it. And then you come back and succeed. And he was like, okay, yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be a great story. So took my card information, whatever. And then the end of the week, it's Friday night. And I'm sitting on my couch with my wife. We're watching TV. And I get a text message from her cousin who lives in Ocean City. And like Ocean City, Maryland is a huge fishing city. Like, it's like the thing to do on Friday nights after tournaments or every night when the tournament's done to go down to all the different marinas and see them bring these huge fish in, whatever. So he hit me up and it was a picture of the dude, James, weighing the marlin. They won the White Marlin Open last year. So instantly I like lose my mind. I'm like, there's no way. We just booked a charter with this guy and he just won the White Marlin Open. So I call the guy and he's like, dude, we were the last fish in today on Friday that weighed in. And we won first place with the very last fish of the entire tournament. So that was pretty cool. So for 2 weeks, like all of us are all excited about it. We're about to go out fishing with this dude. So Motley, Nardo, Eric, Cabana, my buddy Max, who's fishing with us, who's one of my early Hexagon onboards. And we all get on the boat that day. And this dude's just as cool as can be, man. He's just, super chill. Down to earth. Just chill. So we start talking to him. And we're like, well, damn, what's it take to get into the tournament? And he's like, well, not much. And this is funny. This is when like Hex was pumping. That day when we left, I think it was at 15 cents. And by the time we got off the boat for happy hour, you did a happy hour stream from the boat.
22 cents, man.
It was like 22 cents. We came back into service. Yeah, we had an awesome day fishing. We caught a ton of fish and marlin, some tuna, some mahi, some dolphins. So we were on a high just from that. And right when we got back close to the coast where we could get service again, like everyone's checking their stakers. Oh, yeah, Nardo. Dude, I have a video of Nardo reeling in this 40-pound tuna. And it was like a 16, 17-minute fight. And dude's just beat, exhausted.
Dude, that was crazy. The first fish, too. And Nardo was getting it. But that if you've ever like fought a tuna before, those things fight like hell. And it was kicking Nardo's ass. It was hilarious because he probably fought it for what, at least a half hour or 40 minutes. And like, dude, if you never fought a big fish, it's exhausting.
The whole video was about 17 minutes or so.
17 minutes. It felt like forever.
Bro, it felt like forever. Yeah. Well, the fucked up thing was the fish got right next to the boat and James, the guy was about to gaff it. And then you just saw Nardo's pole go, wee.
All that line right back out.
You're like, good God, the last 15 minutes he spent trying to get this thing up, and now it's all wasted.
Nardo's like, I'm never gonna smoke again. I'm done smoking. Like,
and we made him do a beer bong.
Yeah, we decided it's like, well, whoever catches a fish has to do a beer bong afterwards. So poor Nardo's like on his deathbed, like gasping for air. Like, you gotta do it, Nardo.
It's like 7:45 part of
the ritual now. And Nardo, being the trooper that he is, was like, okay, fine. Then he almost died again.
Dude, he was like shaking when he was done. Like, it takes everything out of your body, man. So, we started talking to the dude and like, we just kind of, last year we're like, well, fuck yeah, we got to try this shit. So here we are a year later, and we're going out with the same captain that we went out last year. Sylvain Cote, the guy who played in the NHL, but super cool, man. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we head out there and meeting up with Cabana, and a bunch of people are coming into town. It's going to be an awesome week.
Have you talked to him about his strategy? If he's going to go to the same area where they caught it last time? Because I think he was talking about too. Like they weren't really planning on going out there, but
they were disagreeing. I think.
Yeah, they were arguing, and they eventually went to a place they weren't really planning on going, and that's where they caught the fish.
Yep. Like I can't remember that. We were drinking on the boat last year, but like you said, man, he was saying like there was a big disagreement on the boat on where they were going to go to actually fish for the day, and just by chance they went to this place that they had never been, said fuck it, and then that's where they caught the fish. Yeah. The last fish of the tournament that was in and weighed. Crazy shit.
Wow.
But it's super cool, man. There's like all those things out there when you're fishing deep sea like that, they all eat the same thing. So when you're trolling, we're not just fishing for marlin. If we catch tuna, we could catch a white marlin, a black marlin, we could catch wahoo. There's all these different categories that we're entering into to try to maximize our opportunity to get into the winnings. I think they're projecting like 7 million for first place this year for biggest marlin, and then a total $10 million prize pool, which was bigger than last year. So should be pretty cool, man. I'd love to do
a what recession?
You caught Hexy Bastard's attention. I was like, holy how much?
That's crazy.
It's fucking crazy, man. Fish. Dude, Michael Jordan fishes in this thing every year. Yeah. There's like a lot of people who come. It's the biggest marlin tournament in the world.
They take it seriously, bro.
They take it fucking serious, dude.
It's their job. They're like, it's an art for them. Like you better listen to what they say. Don't fuck up.
Yeah. It's like a big event in and around Maryland and Delaware, because like all the local news people, they'll like show Jordan's plane at the local airport, and then he's
here.
Catch 22,
catch 23,
or
catch 23.
Sorry,
catch 23.
Makes more sense
because his number, And of course the boat matches the plane. It's just like, oh my gosh, man. So
he's already out there too.
Yeah, he's doing another tournament this week, I think.
Yeah, I think it was the Huck tournament last weekend. It's a 36-hour tournament. It starts on Friday morning. You don't come back with your boat until Sunday night. Like you're literally out for 36 hours just catching fish, hopefully. Because that'd be a long time to be out there.
Those boats are serious, though. If you guys have never seen those big charter boats, like, I mean, they have a living room, quarters where you can go sleep, couches, kitchen. Like we were grubbing, watching TV. We take turns passing out. After a while, you get exhausted. You just go to sleep for an hour or two. It's good.
Dude, the sushi boat. Did you go inside the sushi when he was cleaning all
James's boat? He's got a freaking theater.
Was that the movie theater one?
Yeah, the movie theater. Like you walk in off the fish deck, and it's like 8 recliners, like lazy boys, big lazy boys. And a fucking like 10-foot screen in the middle of his boat. Like, what the fuck?
That shit was well. Yeah. See, I think that would be good initially, like the novelty of it. But I feel like after a couple trips, you probably like, I like the just like kind of the original style. It's just like, okay, you got a kitchen, you got couches, you still got like a good sized TV. It's a little bit more versatile than like, I just wanted a movie theater.
Right.
Giant
but
movie
you're right
theater.
though, man, because that kitchen was awesome. The sink, there was a bar set up in there. We could the microwave, we could do whatever we wanted. They had TV streaming, middle of the ocean. He had like satellite. So.
Play Call of Duty if you wanted, like good to go.
That shit was a lot of fun, man. So I'm looking forward to that next week. Hopefully we can
win it.
Did you go inside the sushi? Is that what I heard? Yes, we did. We all went inside of when we got back that day, our mate James was like cleaning all the fish that we caught. And he was like, yo, there's like, because the cleaning table was right next to the sushi. He was like, that's the boat we won the tournament on. You guys want to go in there? So like he gave us permission. We jumped down. He told us how to get the door open, and like you hit a button and the glass sliding door goes. Yeah, that was dope, man. And then you walk in and there's like 8 lazy boy recliners right there in front of you. Like holy cow.
Big old screen.
Yep. Yeah. Right on a fishing boat.
on a fishing boat. It's not even like a yacht or anything. It's just a fishing boat. It's
right.
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
I want to say it's like it was a 62-foot Viking, I think. I could be mistaken, but on the type of boat. But yeah, it was awesome. So much fun, man. I'm looking forward to hanging out with Cabana for a week and a bunch of other Hexicans and just having a lot of fun, man. Hell yeah. Fireball.
Oh boy. See, you guys are saying it. I have just let Fireball out of this the entire thing. You guys
I just know what's coming. It's like
no drinking on the boat.
Yep. There's a lot of money on the line. Like, dude, we hired 2 first mates. So when we all went out, we could only have 1 first mate because Coast Guard has like laws and rules against that shit. But since this is a tournament, we can have more people on the boat. So we actually hired 2 mates, a first mate and a second mate this time, for the whole week. So all 3 days that we're out, we're going to have a first and second mate. So we are probably going to do a little bit of stuff, and they'll teach us some stuff. I'm definitely excited to learn some new things this week for tournament style fishing. But for the most part, I have a feeling they're going to be doing a lot of it. And when it comes time to reel,
what they're paid to do, son.
Exactly. Yeah. So a lot of it's just going to be hanging out for us, like bullshitting with everybody and talking to the captain and, you know, learning things from first.
At least have a hex flag that we can raise above with the Marlin flag if we get one. That'd be fun.
Dude, you know what? So
For sure.
Yeah, I slacked on it this week. I was going to get a banner because when you win at the end, you get your picture taken. Like you bring your fish back and they hang them up and like you're standing next to this huge fish or whatever. I wanted to have a hex.com banner.
You might be able to get one printed up. You might be able to find like
I'll find a place this weekend because we're coming in this weekend. Print. Yep. Awesome. I'm sure there's somewhere in Ocean City.
Yeah, there's got to be somewhere.
Get some flags from hexmerch.com.
It won't come.
I don't think the shipping will be that fast.
Shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
It'll take like a week or so. Like it's not fast enough.
I will say, all the shit that I've gotten from Hex merch has been fucking awesome.
Sick.
Oh, where is it? Right here. The bag.
Yeah, the Louis bag.
Yeah,
those Louis
one.
bags are lit.
It's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, a lot cheaper.
How much do they go for, Motley?
I don't know. What was it, Freddie? Like 80,
I think
100
it was like
bucks?
80, 85 bucks, yeah.
80
And then I
bucks,
have the
yeah.
black and blue Pulse one, which is fucking dope.
That one, that's my favorite one.
I carried it into the kitchen the other day. I'm not shitting you, dude. We were going to my mother-in-law's house for the weekend, and I carried it into the kitchen. It's the perfect weekend bag, like, you know, clothes,
just a little
bathing
duffel.
suit, whatever, ditty bag. Yep. And my wife like did a double take. She thought that I bought like the light up one that Richard has. She was like, "What the hell?"
Without her,
she was like, "Oh shit!" She was like, "I literally thought that was lit up just now." And she was like, "When the fuck did you get that?" But dude,
someday,
it looks
babe,
good,
someday.
man. Yeah, someday.
Literally one like well, you can get like 20 of them for the same price as a regular Louis Vuitton bag.
Oh yeah,
and it's got the Hex logo on it. It's like no decision required. That's pretty sick. I might get one myself actually.
Yeah.
Bullish says he can do next day depending upon when you need it. So perhaps
nice. There you go.
Oh yeah. Let me is it a Twitter Bullocks?
Bullish
Ox 0x.
0x.
Can you tweet me, Bullish?
Yeah, you can do.
Or shoot me a DM.
There you go.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. He'll help you out.
Awesome. Hell yeah. Love to help Hexkins, man. Love to support.
And speaking of supports, I mean, Hexkins and Pulse Sidons, I still go with
PulseX, sir.
It's
PulseX.
still better. Sorry.
Stick to the theme.
No,
it's not.
Pulse Sidons is better.
You have Hexikins and PulseX. It works.
So as the logo over there changes to PulseChain, just, you know, as we wrap up here, a couple coins like to just chat about really quick. So, I mean, I know this one is a very polarizing one, but how about that Pulse Dogecoin? Because the price performance is pretty darn good, and I know the
fucking love it.
Done pretty well.
The main thing about it is the main narrative, I guess, is the supply scarcity. So, yeah, can we see this thing run eventually? I'm not saying overnight, but there are lofty goals by, you know, our friends who have been on stream before touting it, but $100, $1,000, just because of supply scarcity. Wouldn't it just all depend on those large holders? Because I think, like, I don't even know what the percentage is, but there.
Last I checked, 7 held more than 50,000, and there were only 7 whales.
Yeah, so that would be, I guess,
but that's been
5%
a couple months ago
of the
since I
coins.
checked that. I'm not
Right there.
sure.
But yeah, somebody has the accurate stats out there. But anyway, yes, Mango Junkie, amen. Pulse Sidons, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, any thoughts on Pulse Doge? I mean, I have some. I've always said I've had.
Obviously,
some.
I've got
I'm
a
not
little
Moon
bit
Boy.
of a. I've got a slight conflict of interest
here.
because Gunther came out hating on my coin. Yeah, he came out publicly hating on my shit, but my shit is exactly the same as his, but 1,000 times bigger audience with a unique narrative. So fuck off in it.
I'll say my piece on the left. I'll let Hexy Bastard go in on
go for it, Hexy.
Pulse Doge guys.
We'll talk the PP next, but give us some
sure
Pulse Doge commentary.
I will say quickly that it has done incredibly well. Like I'm very happy for the people that have made money out of this shit. I'm totally, great. I'm all for that. Everyone make money, please. That's why we're here, right? I don't like seeing anyone lose money ever. So excellent. But anyway, go on, Motley. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say it's done. It's done well. It's scarce. The biggest thing is, like, I hope when the PulseChain launches that it actually brings some adoption. Honestly, in my opinion, right now, I think it's just a few hex sharks that own a majority of the supply. You can go see that on chain pretty easily, and they're the main ones that just paint the chart. So small supply, big sharks, they pump the price go up. So if you have a couple coins, cool, enjoy it.
Price,
yeah, they don't sell, and you guys can sell into them all you want, and enjoy the free money, enjoy the profits.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it will pump, but I think was it Pookie who was making a point the other day, like,
I love
if you want to try to fucking sell it,
Spooky, man.
yeah, he's awesome. He's the shit.
Brilliant.
Hilarious.
He's super brilliant. Fucking cool too. So, but he was saying, sure, it might pump, but you're not going to be able to get any fucking money out of it. Like if you,
I think 6 figures right now. If you did a market sell, it's like 80-something%. So like if you want, and this is what the Gunther will make the argument too, is the whales they had to exit as essentially being an LP at some point, because you can't just sell the amount of tokens they have into the market. Like, you just wreck yourself. You get nothing out of it. So I think once you get to the 6 figure point, like, yeah, good luck. It's no point. But I mean, this is all a free claim. So if you have some of the free claim tokens, like, take advantage of some hex sharks pumping the price for you. Sell into them. Go for it. I did. I enjoyed it. Thank you. Thank you.
They want to sell it up, buy it up, then great, but I just hope that they manage to capture the imagination of the actual meme coin crowd, because it's a hard sell, man. It's a hard sell. Doing the chart is one thing, but it's getting people behind it, and they've done an excellent job. I really don't want to take anything away from them or like that. The chart looks pretty good. It looks like it probably will continue to pump a little bit harder, but it's eventually people run out of money, right? So you need the masses coming in and buying it, because otherwise eventually those guys are going to have to run out of money. Mm-hmm. Or they'll get to a point where they don't want to continue to pump it anymore because they're not getting enough back out of it or whatever. So, just be aware, guys, that it is just a few people really pumping this shit right now. And like
they're holding
on chain.
I mean,
well, they're holding it as well. Great. But, at some point, if they want money out of it, they're going to have to sell some, right? And if they do the LP thing, then great. But I'd just be worried about people updating their worldview and shit like that.
Don't be blinded by someone just telling you it's the best thing since sliced bread. Think for yourself a little bit.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And definitely don't sell hex for that shit.
You're telling me that I'm not going to make millions of dollars on my free coins?
Hey. maybe by 2035, who knows what's possible? Maybe they gain some adoption outside the Hex ecosystem.
I was reading with some people on the internet were saying, and they were telling me that I could.
They were telling you it's going to go to $10,000 per one coin, right?
And then they said this weird thing, no financial advice afterwards. Really strange.
You just got to be careful, man. Fool me once, shame on you, right? Fool me twice, shame on me. Don't get fooled twice, guys. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Because those who know fucking know, innit? And
we've been in, how long have we been in Hex that we've seen how many different coins come and go, and memes and all the rest, from
copycats to memes,
copy doges,
hourglass games.
So much shit, man. So much shit. So even in mainstream crypto, we've seen a lot of shit come and go in the past 3 years. So I don't know what to tell people. I think this is one of my issues too with those guys, is they're a little bit too combative for my liking too. You see the little pulse dojers get a little nasty, but I just find it kind of comical and just laugh it off. But I see them getting a little nasty on Twitter and other places. It's not a welcoming
Yeah, it's like for me, you guys are quite nasty. But
I mean, but they have been taking
my
a
one
lot
thing
of
with Gunther.
crap
It's like,
flung
man,
their way too. So
they started out giving crap, dude. Like they only got crap
I know,
because that's how they were. This
is how they get you to talk about it. And then the Hex Sharks paint the chart. You're like, oh, well, maybe there is something to this. So
oh my god,
it's all a game, right? Like
it's gone up 700x. I should buy this thing. Come on, 700%. Guys, you're better than that. Yeah. Sorry, 700%. Yeah, I should buy this. Sorry, I'm a bit drunk now.
If it's gone 700x, I think Gunther might be out by now.
It's never gonna go up 7. I mean, well, it could.
That's the funny shit about it is that like for a coin that's only done basically a 7x, it gets getting a lot of noise. It's getting a lot of noise.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's only because Cabana has a bag, so he wants to shill it. It's
okay. I'm cool with talking about it.
7%
what I was about to say is this: is like it really, like when you think about it, it comes down to those sharks, right? So you have like a top tier of holders. So as I think it was a really good point to where like what if there's infighting, somebody gets pissed off, one of those sharks could just nuke it. And then,
remember we got into Hex because a lot of us, it's the code, right? Like you're not trusting another human being on the other end to uphold this. Like to me, that's one of the very big reasons I'm in Hex. It's just code. There is no middleman. There is no intermediary. And with this, they'll make the argument with OA and all that. Cool. Well, the OA also has 2.5, 3 years of provability acting in the best interest of Hex. And then on top of that, let's just say the person I suspect to be the OA probably doesn't need the money, has some other means and some other ability to move their funds around. But as far as a meme coin, I appreciate the free money. It was a good ride.
The free money was excellent. I never complained about the free money.
No one does.
And that, hey, I'm not complaining either, and I'm cool with it. And I'm not going to sacrifice any better assets for it. So
old Dan Smith.
Cabana at $100. Will you have any Pulse Dogecoin left?
Yeah, I have a moon bag. I got the Rady.
Like one coin left.
I've got the Rady Hilarski moon bag going.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not opposed to that. I mean, I like to keep 10% just in case there's some sort of amazingness of anything. I'm not opposed to that. But I've also owned so many coins that have gone to zero over my lifetime in crypto that I just like. Whenever you make a moon bag, it's like some roulette
quote?
shit. It's like it's a serious gamble. I mean, it's a serious risk.
Yeah.
So like I expect it to go to zero. I just expect like that bag to be for like I have it, cool, but like I don't expect anything from it.
What's that quote?
If you're
like
playing with house money, you're
bird
playing
in
with house
hand
money.
or something. Like today is better than whatever.
One in the hand is worth two in the bush.
I have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
Like honestly, right now, even a crab, they got like 25 coins. Like I had a few crab wallets going on, so I had a few wallets that I could claim 25 from. Right, that's pretty good. And even I sold most of my personal bag at around $5. And I don't even care that it's gone up 50% above that, because I would rather have that money and then use it for good shit and know that it's there. Like I didn't sell all of it, but still got a little bit. But it's just knowing you've got it is good, because then you're not going to regret it later that you didn't just get something out of it.
No, I'm not talking investing better assets. Proven assets into it. Like if you have a bag, there's nothing.
See, that's the difference, right? Having the bag that you got for free is different to buying it because you think.
So, like, I'm not saying
correct.
Not financial advice, but my opinion, I would never sell Hex for it. I would never sell PulseChain for it. I would never sell PulseX. So there you go.
Well, this is you brought up a good point, Hexy Bastard, and I think you can kind of relate this back to Hex too, because you made the comment. It's just like once you sell out of the coin, like you don't really care, right? And I'm of the same mindset. Like I sold, I was happy. I got some at like $2, $3, and $5, and I was happy with that. And like I don't like I hope everyone does well and makes a lot of money out of it. But I honestly don't have much interest anymore in it. Not that I would anyways in most meme coins. But then you get to the point where like Richard makes that comment too. Like when you sell out of your position, you don't care anymore, right? Like you're no longer invested. And that's an awesome trait that Hex has, because people are locked in over the next 5, 10, 15 years. Like they care about what happens to their product. I mean, some people might go a little too heavy into a meme coin and, you know, that becomes their new passion for however long they hold those bags. but it shows you a lot of the strength of where the Hex community came from is, right? Because like we were all invested in this together for many years to come. But when you sell out of your position, like a lot of these coins you just don't have much, you don't have that vested interest anymore.
Yeah, you probably won't even look at the chart, right?
Nope.
Like you might look at it a few years later and be like, oh, it did a huge wick up.
Yeah,
and
but like, congratulations.
You know, well done.
Unless it died.
Yeah, which most of them do. Let's be honest, man. Most meme coins die.
Yeah.
They really do. There's
that
only
is
really
not a good
about
way to
2
shell
or
your
3.
PP, sir.
Yeah,
it's true, though.
Exactly. I'm not even shilling this PP to hexagons, but what I will say is that if you own PLSD, you can sacrifice that for freedom of plebs at poorpleb.win. Right now, it's at 745 a token. That's quite a good TWAP price. Just saying, not financial advice ever. Don't buy PP.
Don't buy PP.
Don't buy PP. So,
But if you want to
concluding
with another
Okay.
free token,
Right.
Don't sell
I
hex.
was gonna say,
for
we're-
PP. Do you know
we're
what? We've
about to-
actually had so little hex Well, we've had a fair bit, but you know, hex has not been the main thing that's been sacrificed for this thing. It's been-
PLSD.
well, we've had a lot of that, but we don't have it anymore.
But why
Fun
don't you
stuff.
hold for Moon, sir? No, I'm just kidding. So
Man,
yeah, I think just
USDC
to
is
tie-
more valuable right now.
to tie a bow on that one. I think like if those sharks were to stay together for like 2 years, performance could be really good. But that's a lot to ask. There's so much crap that happens in crypto.
We're in a bear market, man. Rising tide lifts all boats.
Yeah. Don't
You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't overextend yourself on
Yep.
such things.
If you're getting
So-
free shit and you don't need it,
Free
Why
stuff
not
is good.
fucking
Big
hold
K
it?
says it all the time here. Hey,
The
I like
ultimate-
free coins. You like free coins? I like free coins.
huge.
The ultimate goal is adoption too. And I just found it funny. Like I saw a post where like Funding Jim had to like remind Gunther, it's like, hey man, like you're literally not tagging anyone else outside the Hex community. Like, shouldn't you be tagging Shib and Doge and since then he's made the course correction. So good on Gary. Gary's always very good at like tactfully, like, hey, you might want to consider doing this.
yeah.
But like at the beginning, it's just like, oh yeah, you don't even. A lot of people don't even realize it's just like you're just going off. And I get it. People want to build stuff. Like I've looked into it. It's a lot of responsibility, but you got to understand, like ultimately, you really should be putting almost 100% of your efforts in going outside the community. Like this stuff is fun, cool. We hang out, have a good time. But like if you're building and you're trying to come up with a product, like the end goal should be adoption, or you should really have a serious market fit for this new ecosystem we're building. If you don't have those two things, I think you're severely missing out on the point of maybe you shouldn't be building, or maybe there shouldn't even be a token involved in your product. Doesn't need a token in the first place. But outside of getting that adoption, like that should be your primary focus.
I think it's contradictory to have a coin that you want to promote and then exclude or alienate the entire community that it was given to. Like if you want to promote, the best way to promote that is through those people. So wouldn't you want to get those people on your side or be nice to them and, you know, not
think so.
build walls? I don't know. That just doesn't make sense to me. But I am a fan. I have a moon bag. I'm hodling, you know. I'm with Cabana on this. If it goes to the fucking moon, fuck it. That's cool. But
Great.
take
I hope
profits
it
along
does,
the
mate.
way. But
I hope it does, but you know, Motley
Take
brings up
profits
a
along the
huge
way.
point. You need
But I'm not buying
outside
anything.
adoption. And that's smart. It wouldn't be smart to buy it because you
Yeah.
got given it for free anyway. Keep a bit for a moon
Yep.
bag. It's already at a fairly high price anyway, right? So
yeah.
if it goes up another 10x from here, then brilliant.
Okay.
You know,
Yep.
you love it. But you know, if you're not getting the new communities in somehow with some USP or some kind of actual physical thing, it's not really going to help. All you're doing is leeching off the existing system. And if you know, I don't even want to slam too hard, but I wouldn't have even cared this much.
It's
but
true. And I found myself having this just kind of internal thought process with myself because I was like, I get how like the and I don't even want to use these terms because I think they're overused and people use them to deflect from other issues, but like that toxic maximalism when it comes to like Bitcoin and everything, I kind of get where they're coming from, and maybe even more so like the Ethereum ecosystem, because you see projects come in and like essentially like if they're not reaching a new audience or targeting someone else, they're just using the existing community, because like where do you think all the economic energy is coming from? It's just feeding off the community that it's derived from. So like look back at Pulse Doge coin, has it had a real adoption yet? No. Where's all that economic mass coming from? It's coming from a couple sharks that got rich off Hex. That's it. It's just straight up. So like until you go outside and get adoption from other communities, like you're just feeding from within. So I get it. I get where that mindset eventually comes from.
Yep.
And the bow has been tied. So now we get to our final topic of the evening. And I don't know, man. Whiskey PP, are you able to talk about
yeah, of course, mate. Of course.
Your latest any latest updates? I know the isn't your sack for your PP, is that underway?
My sack's getting massive, yeah. The sack's huge. $85,000 so far for the poor pleb.win sacrifice.
And hopefully the majority of that is in pleb assets.
Well, the majority of that has been USDC, so
USDC. Okay. Well,
which tells me smart people are coming into this thing, man. Because if you're holding USDC right now, that means you're playing the game right. You know, you sold early and you'll hold it, or maybe, I don't know. But, you know, most of it's been USDC. There's been a bit of Hex. There's been a good amount of Hedron. There's been loads of PLSD. But directly, you know, the reason I've even gone after the PLSD guys, in a sense, is, number one, the guy who runs it's a bit of a dick anyway, so it's low-hanging fruit, right? So I could just go after that guy. And a lot of people understand. Really yeah, no, seriously. Like, if he wasn't such a dick, then I wouldn't have gone for it in the way I have. But, you know, he's done me the service of gathering all the degenerate hexicans who might give a shit about meme coins in a nice, tidy little bunch, so I can go after those guys without having to piss off the regular hexicans who don't care about meme coins. Because most of them don't.
The founder of PP is calling someone else a dick. I love it.
I love it. I fucking love it. This is amazing. Everyone needs to watch a shit.
So yeah, it's doing really well. We're building up. The metrics are going well.
I feel like that's. I don't feel like you're hurting anybody, because I feel like that's what he wants from his attitude. You know, like
he wanted outrage. You know. Here's the outrage, bro. But yeah, anyways, I don't really personally dislike their product or anything like that. Like, I'm largely copying what they did. They did a zero utility meme coin but they only airdropped it to hexicans. We're airdropping it to Shiba Inu, Floki, Baby Doge, all of the actual target audience, right? There's going to be over 1.5 million people who can claim this thing. So if you want users, then we might well fucking get them. Free money out the yin yang to these guys. And what's a bigger law? What's a bigger marketing tactic than giving away free money? You know, it's genius. It's so stupid. It's genius. But yeah, the whole thing's just a bit of fun, man. And that's the approach that we've gone with, and we're always going to go with that.
In a bear market, like, what better way, if it's done correctly, I think that's like the caveat there, is like, if it's done correctly, if the true goal is to actually bring awareness to something like a PulseChain, which could be just killer, and to say you did that with a meme coin to like spread the gospel of PulseChain, which could then, you know, just potentially perform outstanding, right? And somebody could say, how'd you find, you know, this PulseChain kind of thing? Well, you know, I first got into PP coin, you know, but I mean, how cool would that be?
It would be, that's my ultimate
that's the goal,
aim,
right?
Dude. That's the goal. Like, I want, because these little guys that I'm going after, and just a reminder to anyone who doesn't know, the only people who can free claim this are people who had less than $1,000 worth of the certain coins that we chose, or sacrificed less than $1,000 for the certain projects that we chose. So it's all on the website. But, you know, we're purposefully going after the little guy. We're rallying the 99% together. And some people make the point, oh, if you exclude whales, they won't care. Good. I don't want the whales to care. I only need a few whales, We only need a few guys that get into the system who actually care about it, believe in the branding, believe in the message, and believe in the meme, essentially. And you don't need... PLSD has just proved that. There's a few sharks gathering together. Look at what they've done with the chart. You know, we don't need every whale. Whales are a liability. If you give them the majority of an airdrop, they don't care about the asset. As soon as it goes up a bit, dump. They'll just dump it straight away because they do not care about that asset. We're purposefully excluding them. We've already infuriated a couple of well-known ones. I find that hilarious.
Shilling his coin.
I love it. Trayvon even looked at it the other day on his stream, and you know, it's great. Like I just think that we've got a lot more upside potential with the fact that we're going into it with the same Richard Hart ethics. No admin keys, you know, decentralized, trustless, no middlemen, none of that shit. It's all going to be like exactly the standard that he has set. It's just that we're going for the most simple idea ever, which is an ERC20 that does nothing.
I guess the only pushback, just like looking at some of the comments and stuff, same argument with like the Pulse Dogecoin. Like, you as a founder, you should really be putting in a lot of effort in going to these other communities because they have free tokens coming their way, right? Like, go let them figure out who are the spokesmen, who are the streamers for those coins, and reach out to them.
We are.
Don't hang out with us. I know we're fun and all.
Yeah, go away. You got to remember as well, Motley, is that, like, you know, the outreach thing, that's really going to happen when the claim phase starts. That's when this shit's going to happen. I'm kind of purposefully keeping it a little bit quiet at the moment because we're doing that sacrifice phase. I would really like it if my own people were the main ones that were involved in that.
I get that, but if they have free tokens, they might be interested in purchasing more too. So something
they're probably going to get most of the guys in the Hex community are going to get a free claim. It's just the same amount as like
no, I'm talking about like the other like meme coin communities. Like, if they're going to have free coins, like they might be interested in entering a sacrifice phase as well to get more
people outside.
Yeah.
We've been doing AMAs in all these like degenerate groups and stuff like that. We have got in our Telegram, there is a good chunk of people that are not from our community already. There are people talking about it, and they are very much the when claim sir, when moon sir, you know, they're really not the same as us.
I know this.
there's a few of them already, you know, and I find that great.
When you're giving away free shit like that, though, you make the best friends with those people. I mean, it's easy to make friends with people. Oh, no, I actually do have free shit for you. And they're like, what? No way. Sick.
Yeah.
That Binance chain, they love their free coins. Go hit them up.
Yeah, they do.
That's a fair point there. Yeah.
And that's it. But yeah, like we're making efforts, we're making contacts with the right people, and we're doing the right stuff. It's not very straightforward getting into these communities. When you come in from Hex, you have such a higher standard, and you're less likely to believe bullshit. So actually, even just listening into some of these AMAs or Twitter Spaces and things like that, it really does hurt your brain. It's bro, they have no idea. They have no idea what real crypto is. They just don't have a clue. So it's got to be like when we do this, we got to nurse them, right? We got to bring them in like babies, essentially, and then grow them into understanding what real crypto is. But we're gonna get there, man. Like, honestly, when that free money starts going out, and you know, people don't seem to be so interested in it now because it's not tangible, it's not there yet. They can't go and free claim it. As soon as that free claim starts, like, mate, the floodgates gonna open. We only need to get 1%
yet.
Yeah, exactly. We 1% of our potential free claimers. If 1% claim it, that is about 1/5 of the total amount of Hex people. If you exclude the addresses that the OA will set up and everything, there's around 100k Hex stakers or something like that, right? 1% is almost 20,000 people. So, you know, do the math, guys.
Do the math.
Win Cabana coin. No.
I'm out.
Win Cabana.
Trying to reduce stress in his life, not add to.
Exactly.
You can call it
I have fun talking to you guys about all your stuff. No Cabana coin. But
he's like, just give me the free coins.
That's
right. What if
Big K and I are on the same page about this? Yeah. I like free stuff.
Free stuff, good.
Free stuff always good, man.
products of a bear market, talking about dogs and PPs and stuff. This is like kind of
Cabana coin.
what Motley and I alluded to start the show. It's like kind of just hurry up and
passing the time.
PulseChain. Yep, passing the time. That's what we're
building in the bear market, mate. I still stand by it that what I'm doing is going to bring in an audience that none of our community is really going for right now.
I support you in that. So I think if you like chat is saying, we brought up here, like you gotta pursue those other kind of like meme coin markets. But I think like this one is so funny and so memeable. Like there's never ending content, literally.
Oh yes.
So
mate,
the potential is there. I mean, I have no idea what the price.
We're even considering doing a parody of the highest of stakes and calling it the lowest of stakes. And
awesome.
just for a bit of a laugh, instead of going to a nice restaurant, we go to like a Weatherspoons or a Greg's or something, and instead of walking along a nice Californian beach, we're walking down Blackpool Beach with loads of like chavs in the background. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. There's so many funny things that we can do with this. Is like the memes are truly endless, and that's what a meme coin needs.
Yeah, exactly. No, that like if you pick the perfect kind of theme to go after, in my opinion. So I wish you.
Oh, it's amazing. It's never-ending material for it, man. It's fucking awesome.
Yep.
I mean, it's a joke that's been running out like since I've been in crypto. It's been a running joke. So like it's been consistent. That's 5 years running. So
why has no one ever done it before, dude?
Right,
like
you're the first one to get on top of it.
Yeah, a coin for the little guy.
It's a combination of poor pleb and Richard talking about his PP.
There you go. Yeah. Perfect timing. Yeah. Like all the universe aligned. So yeah.
I have found that when I'm in these AMAs with the sort of DGen crowds, it's funny because I try and explain the poor pleb thing, and they're sort of like, oh yeah, sounds like a good idea. As soon as I mention PP jokes and just start talking about the size of your PP and the length of your PP and things like that, they all crack up. They love it. So honestly, I feel like that angle, even to non-Richard Hart related people, they love it because it just takes you back to being about 11 years old at school again. Just drawing dicks on fucking your English book or something. And it's just, I don't know, man.
It's fucking cool. Amazing.
Thank you.
Now I want to buy in.
Thank you, Dan.
Sacrifice for freedom of plebs. Or pleb.win.
Might well be the best
opportunity. You got about 24 days left.
Okay,
so we're not even halfway through yet, and we've raised over 85.
Hey, I'll tell you what. When we
careful if Freddie wins the White Marlin Open.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
White Marlin Open.
50 million incoming.
We got a couple million.
He's gonna have by far the biggest.
Buys a Gunther position.
This shit coin. This shit coin. I want this shit coin. Yeah.
Never talks about Hex again. Just talks about his PP.
Never. Even if I owned it, I would probably only speak about it like I did here, just commenting that I hold a bag and. I would never buy it. Well, if I bought some, then maybe.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't need to buy it anymore because you already bought, right? It's like Elon Musk buying the top. It's like no one else is going to buy it anymore. This shit might just go straight to zero, guys. I have no fucking idea. Once it's out in the ether, there'll be liquidity there.
Dude.
It could moon like crazy, or
think
it could
big.
Go straight to zero. I don't fucking know.
You gotta think big with PP coin.
Why think anything else at all?
Yeah.
You guys can think big. I can't give forward-thinking price predictions.
Right. We just know the memes are there forever.
I love it. I love it.
You can't ask
Damn,
for
now
anything
I'm
more
sold.
than
You
that,
sold me on it, bro. That was fucking awesome.
You can't ask for a meme coin with never-ending memes. Like if you were to get into a meme coin, why not this one? So
that's all I'm talking about. PPs, all right. That's all I've gathered from this. Puts a smile on his face.
With that, we'll close
Fireball.
First ever blockchain penis MV. That's my last comment on it.
There you go.
On-chain penis MV.
Win the day. I love it.
On those notes, we will close out this little 60 to 90-minute show. We've gone through all the topics. Motley Investor, where can we find you, good sir?
Motley Investor everywhere, hexmerch.com, Legion VC News and Telegram. Have fun in PulseCon. Wish I could join you guys, but looks like you guys are gonna have a blast. Enjoy. Next year.
Jesus.
Yeah, they don't stop.
Freddie Quotes. Where can we find you, sir?
For the next week in Ocean City, Maryland. And if there's any Hexicans in Ocean City, hit me up and come out and party with Cabana and myself.
Well, we can't really do it pre-boat night.
We're only fishing 3 out of the 5
famous
days.
Last words.
So we'll be in Ocean City for 8 or 9 days.
What happened last year, sir?
And I'm only fishing 3 of those days. So that means there's 3 nights that I cannot drink, but I'll be there for 10 or 11 or 9 for 10.
We got to figure out what night in advance. So when the Sylvan, the captain, determined that, like how far in advance?
Dude, so we have a meeting with him on Sunday.
Good to know.
Yeah. So you and Max and myself.
We'll look at the weather reports and check.
It's supposed to rain Tuesday or Wednesday, Thursday, I think, next week. So
Monday, Tuesday, hit it strong at least.
Well, maybe, man. So James was telling us last year, most boats stay in on shitty days. So if you go out, you got a better chance, right? So there is some strategy that plays into it. You don't want to get the boat banged up or whatever, but we'll figure it out. Freddie Quotes everywhere on Twitter _ Freddie Quotes _. That's pretty much it. Looking forward to seeing it. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, man. Looking forward to this upcoming week. Hexy Bastard from the pub. He stuck around. Thanks for being here. Where can we find you?
At Hexy Bastard on Twitter. If you're interested in PP, go to poorpleb.wim. Safe Cabana. Thanks for bringing me on, man.
Absolutely, brother. Big K, nice to see your dark and tan self down there. Where can we find you, good sir?
Yes, you can find me in the darkness here. I
was born in it.
Molded by it.
I thrive there. It's Big Kurkowski on Telegram, on Twitter. I found out it's Big Kurkowski on Instagram, so it's not underscore.
There you go. There's a note. Yeah.
Upgrade or update to. I don't know anybody else who has been getting it wrong. Anyways, I'm never on there, so Twitter. Telegram.
But you should be. I'm gonna push you to.
I should be. All right, I will. I'll put some stuff on there.
You gotta have epic content, bro.
I do have some pretty good stuff.
I bet you.
All right.
Put some stuff on. A little bit every now and then. A little tease.
Oh, and thehigheststakes.com. Check out the documentary if you haven't yet. It should be hopefully there's something out by the end of the year.
Tell them to release that teaser over here, milking us for likes. Tell them to release that teaser.
I know.
We ain't got time for it in the bear market.
And they're only like 200 likes away or something, man. Let's retweet it a little harder, guys. Let's retweet that shit and get it liked up. And
there you go.
I thought they were at like 1,000 less.
Twitter, and like and retweet that thing.
Oh, maybe it is less. I don't know.
Before we close,
Too distracted with your PP.
Before we close the show, Big K, we were talking at the beginning of the show. If you want to drop some mega alpha, just let us know when the Highest of Stakes is truly wrapped, the documentary, and that'll be all we need. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Silence.
Okay. Yeah, I will know if they are truly wrapped or not.
Love it.
All right. Well, we could try. All right. Thank you, everybody.
I don't actually have that information for you. So
okay.
I think Big K's been done shooting for a while, haven't you?
When I do, I'll let you know.
I think Big K stuff's been done.
Oh yeah, I just finished up. So yeah, I mean, yeah, my stuff's all done.
Yeah, stock is coming out mid-May.
There's a little
4 more weeks.
2023, baby. Let's go.
We hope it's 2023, but yeah. All right. Well, chat, thank you very much for sticking around. We ended before we start saying our goodbyes with yet our highest viewership on a Thursday unannounced show. You guys rock. So thanks for all the discussion in the chat, all the questions and everything out that, comments, everything. Thanks to Motley Investor, Freddie Quotes, Hexy Bastard, Big K. Not sure when we're going to be on because that depends upon the fishing schedule of Freddie Quotes and I next week. So just stay tuned to Twitter. It worked this week, just like 60 minutes notice or whatever it was, 90 minutes notice. So we'll do it again next week. Just stay tuned to Twitter at Cabana Crypto. I'll announce the show hopefully, if we get an idea for weather a little bit in advance. But thanks everybody for tuning in, and we will definitely see you guys next week and gals.